It's raining. We're at another rummage sale where, well, nothing's covered. Just waiting. At least it'll be clean. This guy has his windshield wipers going 1,000 miles per hour. He's just sitting there. It's not like those motors don't break or anything. He's just sitting there, just going 1,000 miles an hour. I'm already soaking wet. Jeez, this is crazy. I've never been in one of these kind of events. I mean, it's freaking pouring. Oh my goodness. Yeah, particle board, wood, water, not going to be the best day for that. Whoa. So far, all I've found in this pile of clothes is this one shirt, 1986 Pfizer. It's man, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, well, 2 years ago, it'd be like $1 million shirt. Alright, got myself a couple t-shirts. It's amazing. You look at this kind of stuff, these glassware and bric-a-brac, and to me it looks all the same. It feels like I see the same stuff over and over and over. This is, you pay by donation, so whatever you want to pay, you pay. Did stop raining though. This, I believe, is a chip and dip set. That's my guess. Right into my pile. This whole umbrella thing ain't working out the best. My box is completely, if it ever says vintage, it's not vintage. Oh, it's vintage, just not vintage vintage. My feet are soaked. I mean, my feet are soaked. Do I see something? I saw some. No, it's a pillow. That's what I thought I saw. I thought I saw a quilt. Not for me. Didn't stop raining. World. Oh, thought it was Los Angeles Lakers. Kind of feels like I'm digging through yard sale leftovers. It's kind of what I'm getting the vibe on. Lanco bag. There's a Sunoco bag. It's got like a panini press in there or something. All right, so we're going to head over to the scrapyard. I know it's been a while since I kind of stopped off at the scrapyard. I did pick up some scrap also. I did notice also a lot of this stuff here had price tags on it, almost as if it came from a yard sale. Like it was, and that could have very well been what happened there. They had so much stuff. It did feel like I was digging kind of through like a leftover yard sale with like the merchandise and the quality of the merchandise. So I feel like everything there, because it's by donation, in terms of if you want to buy something, you pay whatever you want to pay. I thought it was kind of odd how maybe like 25 to 35 items had price tags on them. And let's say if there's 35 items, 20 of them had one certain type of price tag, and then the other ones had different kind of price tags. So it must have come from someone else who had a yard sale and was just like, let me just donate this down to them, and they're going to have a big rummage sale. And yeah, that'll be that. But I picked up Allentown Mennonite. It's just a ruler. It's from the 1960s. It's got books of the Bible on the back. Old Testament, New Testament. Kind of interesting. A bunch of wire. I did pick up this. I don't think I've ever sold one of these. These are to hold mason jars. This one might be an older one also, or at least a reproduction, but not a modern one. It's a good word. Modern, reproduction, antique, vintage. They're all different like terms, but they all mean kind of different things in a way. But in terms of t-shirts, didn't really get anything Holy Grail like. Look at the, it's a great graphic. St. Anthony's Youth Center, 1992. Guess it's for a marathon. And then this one, kind of like the color. It's like a magenta pink, not a hot pink. Pfizer something 86. It's another running shirt. So it must have been in, someone must have dropped off a bunch of running merch, marathon merch. But we'll head to the scrapyard, bring in some of the stuff that I got from that auction. I did a lot of separating, got some scrap. So we'll see what we make from that. Running all over the board today. Just like that, we're pulling up to the lovely scrapyard. Flat screen TVs over there. So this is actually one place you can recycle flat screen TVs. They won't pay you, but if you have them. You know, matter of fact, I'll just leave my key in here. No one's going to take it. It's less stuff I have to. As I say, it's less stuff I have to hold and reach for and try to remember where I put it. I'd say half of the chairs that are in there are from me from last week. One thing you'll notice at Scrapyard, there's a lot of things that they don't really turn over that much. Dirty aluminum is one of those. And I have probably like another 6 or so in the van. I got a whole bunch of wire here. All this brown wire, it's all just wire from like the 80s, 70s and 80s, but that came from the auction. A lot of it brown and the black and some of this light tan stuff. I think the jumper cables came from the trash recently. We'll see what we get for this bucket. And then this stuff. So I dropped off the chairs. And the guy at the scrapyard just put him out. He's sitting down. He's probably going to get a spot for the other guy. He's going to sit down. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Oh, yep, taking a seat. Oh, that's what you don't want to have happen. You see, you might not be able to see it. Let me do this. There we go, we got it zeroed out. So sometimes with these scales, the rain, the wind, they'll go negative. And when you get on a scale, it never undoes that negative. It has to be zeroed out. So you have to back up off the scale to make sure it's zeroed. Sometimes they'll go the opposite as well. But you always want to get on the scale when it's at 0. You don't want to get it when there's negative weight, because then you'll end up losing. You'll lose money. That's just because of the water from the rain. The wind sometimes pushes up the scale, sometimes pushes it down. Just the natural elements. It does say green, but I got on here when it was green, so he never switched it over. So I gotta wait until he hits it to red, and then he'll switch it back to green. Sometimes he does it quick, like that. Sometimes he'll put it back to red, and then you just sit there until he goes to green. Sometimes he'll just flash to green. You just kind of get the whole way it goes once you've been to the scrapyard enough times. I feel like if you come here for the first time, it might be a little confusing. Something screwed up my sensor back there. That's awesome. Could very well be just something back here. Scrap price has just taken a nosedive recently. This thing looks like it. I think the sensors aren't here. This thing looks like it's bent. But yeah, scrap has kind of taken a nosedive in terms of price. Hey, look, a Weber grill. I don't see anything too crazy up here today. Some copper aluminum radiators out of that. You can rip that off. There's some decent amount of copper there. Random stuff at the scrapyard. Oh, and a galvanized watering can looks like. That looks like it's crushed. It's a very simple procedure in here. You get a receipt and then you bring it to an ATM. It's about all it does. Alright, so kind of crazy. I got my sheet here. It's like the old days. We used to get this sheet. Never was electronic. Usually there's an ATM in there. They're updating the system, so he had to use this rather than the updated software because it's currently updating. So we went back to the old days. Crazy thing here, light iron dropped It used to be $9 100. Last week it was. Earlier this week I stopped by, it was $8. And then I stopped by, I think yesterday, and it was $7.50. Now it's $6.50 for every 100 pounds. So it continues to drop. I don't really like want to talk about like the economy and what's going on in the world today. But in a normal economy, if scrap drops, gas drops. If gas goes up, scrap goes up. Scrap never went up with the recent surge in gas, and then it hasn't gone down with the recent decrease in scrap. So gas going up, scrap not following that, and vice versa, scrap going down, gas is not following that. I'm not I got a C in economics when I was in school. I'm pretty sure that's not good if that's happening, if that's even messed up. I think it's because they don't want to truck out stuff. Gas is too expensive, so they can't afford to truck this stuff out and ship it out and do all that kind of crazy stuff. Aluminum also dropped. It used to be 50 cents a pound. Now it's 45 cents a pound. Insulated copper also for probably the last 8 or 10 months has been $1. Now it's 95 cents. That just recently dropped overnight. I dropped off insulated copper the other day, and it was $1 per pound. So yeah, it is what it is. But aside from that, it was another fun day. I know I got soaked. My feet are soaked. I only have 2 pairs of shoes right now that I'm rocking out here for like this kind of stuff, and they're both soaked. So I changed my socks, but that didn't seem to really do much. But going to go inside to change out for a 3rd time today, get some dry clothes on. But another fun day. It's been a wild one. I've been everywhere, done everything, I feel like, and I'll sign off here. Thanks for coming along with another daily vlog with Taco Stacks, and catch you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe down below for more treasure hunts. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living and dream. Peace.